During a recent visit to Nyasaland, the Federal Prime Minister, Sir Roy Walensky, held a press conference in Blantyre at which he answered questions put to him by press, radio and television men from many parts of the world. After the press conference, Sir Roy toured the new centre, the federal government's Nyasaland showcase. Clearing the bush to build an amphitheatre are 8 American and 2 Canadian students who arrived in Kitwe in July as part of the Operations Crossroads project for Africa. There are 3 girl students in Operation Crossroads, which is privately sponsored and which provides opportunities for American students to study, travel and work in 15 countries in Africa, contributing to their economic and social development. After their stay of 7 weeks, the Mindola Ecumenical Centre will be richer by 1 outdoor amphitheatre. A troop of pretty drum majorettes swinging down the street led the parade to inaugurate Bulawayo's Youth Week, and what passerby wouldn't stop and pay attention here. Living up to their theme of Youth Aims High, the youngsters lured the army onto the parade, but not all the floats were on quite such a serious note. This float might be labelled Music, Muscle, Mind and Marksmanship. Included in the Youth Week were church services, an arts and crafts exhibition and a one-act play festival. Yes, Bulawayo's youth are certainly aiming high. With 106,000 voters eligible to take part in Nyasaland's first general election, interest ran high as Election Day, August the 15th, approached. In Blantyre, Sir Malcolm Barrow had a full house for a United Federal Party pre-election meeting. Overseas as well as local journalists were on hand to report the proceedings as long queues of voters formed at the polling booths early in the morning to record their votes in the lower roll. At the higher roll stations, like this one at Blantyre, polling was slower, and a party of visiting British MPs were interested spectators. Under the benevolent gaze of Mulanje Mountain, long queues were again the order of the day, and a notable feature of the election was the cheerful mood of the crowds and a complete absence of any incidents. The MPs were on hand too at the rural station of Chiradzulu, another lower roll constituency. Candidates had a last-minute friendly word with voters in the queue, but no doubt they'd already made up their minds which way they were going to vote. The polling booths closed at 5:30, and then came the task of counting the votes under the watchful eye of the scrutineers. Handshakes all round at Shiri North Higher Roll as Mr. Duncan, UFP, is elected. But the Black Cockerel had the last word with a big victory for the Malawi Congress Party. Over 1,000 people gathered at the University College of Rhodesia Nyasaland to watch graduates and postgraduates file into the amphitheatre for the traditional graduation presentation. Lord Malvern, chairman of the College Council, escorted Lord and Lady Dalhousie onto the dais, followed by the principal, Dr. Adams. 48 graduates and postgraduates from all 3 territories of the Federation were presented to His Excellency. Degrees had already been conferred by the University of London, under whose aegis the college now works, but the college hopes to seek full university powers within 7 years. In his address to the gathering, the Governor-General stressed the need for many more graduates to fill the ever-increasing number of specialist services required, and the University College of Rhodesia Nyasaland will be playing an ever-increasing part in meeting this need. St. Andrew's High School, Blantyre. Nowadays, school children are turning more and more to mechanized transport to get them to and from their lessons, and little sister doesn't see why she shouldn't come along too. And it's of great importance to both educationalists and parents to see that the children know not only how to travel hopefully, but to arrive safely on the roads. This was the object behind a display at St. Andrew's of the winning posters in a road safety poster competition. "14-year-old Neil Coldwells of Mzuzu won the first prize with this black and white entry. 7-year-old Jeffrey Owen of St. Andrew's Infant School was the youngest artist to enter a poster. Let's hope he always follows his own good advice. Children from all the schools, even if they hadn't entered themselves, came along eagerly to see how old Butch had got on with his entry, and stayed to read, mark, learn, and inwardly digest the lessons of the posters. Pretty 15-year-old Jane Anderson of St. Andrews High School won an Outstanding Merit Prize for her poster. What mother hasn't tried to drum into her children this lesson, so graphically illustrated here by Pravin Chandra Gorasia of the Chichiri Asian School? A novel competition with a purpose, bringing home some very important lessons to the children, yes, and to adults too. Lusaka. And coming under starters' orders are 67 hopefuls lining up for the 110-mile walk for the Canada Drive Floating Trophy and the Mayor's Cup. And off they go for their nice little stroll, with the only woman entrant, 19-year-old bank worker Patricia Gordon, trailing along behind. Just beginning to warm up now as they go up Cairo Road, with only another 109 miles and a bit still to go. Here, I thought this was a walking race. Oh well, if they have the energy to run, who are we to quibble? Ouch! This is the stage where that bunion starts to complain. At the 35-mile checkpoint, with 75 miles still to go, number 60 A.W. Ngona is first to arrive, 30 minutes clear of the field. Very wisely, he keeps the engine running to avoid seizing up while he does a bit of refueling. After walking right through the night, with 81 miles behind them, Ngona now shares the lead with number 3, Kennedy Mafukidza. At the halfway mark, there are only 10 walkers left, and here at the 100-mile checkpoint, with only 10 miles to go, Mafukidza had gone well into the lead and was still looking comparatively fresh. The opportunity of a little sit-down was too good to pass up. And here's one who couldn't quite make it. That motorcar ride home down the Great North Road will feel wonderful. And coming down the home straight, Mafukidza's astonishing stamina still holds out. After 29 hours of grueling walking, Kennedy Mafukidza is back where he started to cross the finishing line 40 minutes ahead of Ngona. And he still looks fresh in spite of the support as Mafukidza comes up to receive his prize from the Mayor of Lusaka, Mr. Richard Sampson. Apart from the Mayor's Cup, he won a wristwatch, a parcel of groceries, appropriately enough a pair of shoes, and a magnificent floating trophy. Fancy having to give it back next year. That tasted marvelous. And here's one person who'll need no rocking to sleep tonight. School teachers in Blantyre were seen in somewhat unusual roles when they organized a highly successful gay 90s night. Ye Olde Barbershoppy Quartet rendered several heart-stirring ballads about wronged maidens, but all in a good cause, to raise funds for amenities for the preparatory and high schools.